Hello, it's Sarah here, Sarah Campbell in London on a hot sunny afternoon, and I want to talk a little bit about my latest collection with FreeSpirit Fabrics called Flowerfields. As the name suggests, it's about flowers and to some extent fields and gardens and the patterns that are made there. I often start a collection really with a story, and I'm rather literal, and as it happens, and very often on a Sunday or at the weekend I go up to my allotment and do some gardening, digging, raking, weeding, picking, harvesting. We've got vegetables and flowers, and I come home with the vegetables, of course, and often a little bunch like this. Quite a modest little bunch, because the flowers are just the wildflowers that grow in the corners, really. This year I've been rather lucky because I've made a lovely range of homeware and gardenware with anthropology. This beak is one of the things I made for them, so I've been able to put my flowers in these this year. And actually this blouse also was one of the clothes that we made in a small clothing range as well. And maybe you've seen it, I hope you have. It's rather pretty and I'm pleased with it. Anyway, to get back to Flowerfields, so I very often paint a little picture of those flowers in the vases, just a sketch. And this here is a painting that I've made, a little painting that I made into a fine art print of it's called Flowers in a Summer in a Stripy Jug. You can see why. And that's part of my collection of things that I do. And I thought it'd be lovely to use some of those little paintings of flowers in vases or baskets as a basis for the fabric designs that I've done. So if we look over there at Sunday table, that's this is my Sunday table with several vases of flowers on. I often have 2 or 3 on the go. And although it's a big print, I can't pretend it isn't, and it would certainly make a beautiful back to a quilt, it also cuts up with lovely details, sumptuous, really sumptuous colours, and sort of gorgeous summery feel about it. Even if I fold it little like this, you can get the feel. And it's got a very sweet friend in this little open-faced flower, and pots of ranunculus, also referring to my Sunday table. And another friend in this open-faced, very painterly flower. The other big print, which you can see behind me, is called Celebrations. And again, it is big and requires some thought, and again would be lovely on the back of a quilt. And this one has some very beautiful coordinates, pool, which does look lovely and does a lot of good work with such a big fellow. And my computer's doing some funny things while I do this. This little floret, they do look very pretty together. And then to go into the feeling of the raked, you know, Japanese gardens raked into such lovely patterns. Well, that was in my mind when I was looking at this, or thinking about this pattern called Cubist, actually. And here's a version of it on a grander scale, maize field, thinking about ploughing, and also thinking about this lovely pattern called Echoes, which I painted actually as a hand-painted panel, and I thought would look marvellous with these monochrome prints, for instance. And that is actually coming out in a book I've written. It's going to be published in February, about hand painting on textiles. This pattern, which is called First Light, is really one of my favourites. It's not floral, but it has I love the tonal colours melding in from one to another, and the idea of the dawn and the dusk and the bright light of the middle of the day. And this little fellow, can I find it? Can I find it? Can I find it? I'm looking for paint box, and I can't see it anywhere. Here's paint box. That one, that's really a marvellous go with everything-y pattern, but I've lost him now in this on my table. Never mind, probably show up in a minute. FreeSpirit also make a lovely folder or brochure about our patterns, and inside are some quilt designs. Here you can see the full range, and another quilt design. And again, as we did last time, we've teamed up with the sewing workshop in Topeka, and they have made some paper patterns so that you can sew with these fabrics too. And in fact, I have sewn quite a few garments from my previous collection, and they are really lovely cotton to wear. So don't discount that as a thing to do with the fabric. Okay, that's it. Lovely to see you. I hope you enjoy my collection and really think of how pretty it is and how you can put it together and make a wonderful field of flowers for yourself. Bye now.